battery thing called Draft Power, and it's supposed to charge my phone like 6 times. So I'm always kind of plugged in.
Social media.
Yeah, because people are like, why is your phone keep dying? Because I keep using it. So, but these batteries just don't last. So, not from scratch. Who else is here today? We have the Florida Car Interiors, Grant Cardone. You do the Life Extension Foundation. You're Russian. Sunny Crave City. Your homework is to look at the other two
I actually already think about it and I put some of them.
Okay, what's the
There's
other?
Leo Sandwicina.
What is it called?
Leo Sandwicina. It's L-E. Yeah. Sandwicina. It's a French place, very popular. They don't have track, but it's kind of very small part of the building, and there's tons of people. They do a sandwich, it's just bread, and they prepare right in front of you.
So, do you eat there a lot?
I do love that stuff, yeah.
Okay, so you need to figure out, from your perspective, when you go there, what they're not doing. And then the other thing is maybe if they have some
They do actually a lot of stuff, even like fresh juices. They mix fruits. You can choose whatever fruits
Do
you
they
want to
do
do.
crepes?
They don't do crepes, but they have sandwiches where they put like this stuff. But they don't have that stuff that I offer. You know, like it's
like
actually like cooked chicken and stuff. They have like all in packed like mozzarella, which you don't cook. You just take it, buy it in a store and cut. They have prosciutto. They have, yeah, but what I want to do, it's like already cooked, like chicken with mushrooms and with onions, so you have to like really.
So like an omelet in a crepe.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
they have all stuff in a small pack, so they use the packs and they put inside
It's
the
already
sandwich.
pre-portioned. They're like
Yeah.
they pre-portion it ahead of time, so it's easy for them to distribute or to make throughout the day. So that's why they're able to
The
turn.
fresh
so
letters,
much.
the fresh food, so they just put inside their
It's there.
batter,
Yeah.
bread.
So, but what I'm saying is when you're there, 'cause this really isn't a competitor of yours, I've been there, they have shakes completely opposite. So when you're at this particular place, do they have an outside area?
They do have outside, they don't have inside. It's kind of like open wall, so it's kind of like track, but it's not moving. It's part of the building, so they just open their like windows, so it's just one, you know, like.
So what I would should say is find out like I would start talking to the locals there. You know, when you're eating at a restaurant, maybe go around and do a little survey, just informal survey, because if the managers get wind of that, they might want to kick you out, right? So just do like an informal survey, just talking to the next table over and saying, hey, how long have you been coming here? You know, how do you like it? What's your favorite item? Things like that. So when you start to figure out what the favorite item is, then you can figure out like, okay, well, if a lot of people like that same item, then that's an item, not necessarily that you put on your list, on your menu, but you would put something like that in your crepe, so then you can offer something similar.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because at some point in time, you're gonna have to, you have to do something similar to what your competitors are doing, so that you can offer something that's comparable to get somebody to say, oh, let me try this in a crepe. It's just a different word. It's not a sandwich, it's a crepe. So they know it's breakfast, and you're gonna get probably people from Europe and, you know, French-speaking people, or even Canadian-speaking people. Canada French people, you know, Canadians. So that come down to Miami. So just whatever's on their list for their menu, because you obviously like it, go down or even download their menu and figure out which part of their menu is popular. What are the top 5 items? Figure that out, make that part of your menu to start, and call it a day. And then, but then you need to go back over here to see if you can get into the parking lot over there. Cool? Because you can even do a cart. You can actually, instead of doing a cart, if you don't have a cart to start, if you're really starting from scratch, you could make, you could make the crepes ahead of time, right? And then just roll them up, and then roll them up in tin foil, and then you can sell them like that. You know what I mean? Because you get started. And but that's from scratch. If you really wanted to do that, you know, you would go grassroots, which is called guerrilla marketing. Grassroots marketing. Some people, they make cookies, fresh, and they go around to all the dealerships, they go around to all the businesses, and everybody knows her. This girl's been going around a long time, and she goes and she sells all of her cookies, all fresh. She puts them in a basket the night before. The next day, she's out selling
I saw
them.
actually a lot of trucks coming to even the private houses, whereas a lot of construction's working.
Yep. Yeah, so you have a real good idea, you need to run with it, honestly, okay? So, Florida family car interiors, what type of things do you wanna offer?
I offer, well,
What
besides
is it?
seat covers,
Oh, it's almost 12, my watch
50.
is like off.
Yeah,
I
50.
was like, oh my god, I'm really so late.
I wanna offer like
Just
after seat covers.
Time me at 12, okay.
I wanna offer the seat covers, which is the principal.
Is that all you wanna offer? Seat
No,
covers?
but I was looking forward to preparation of the seat, like for the seat when the seat of the car got damaged, like leather seat or the seat they just broke. I wanna go have like having a part of on the place so where people can pack their car, they can get the seat fixed. And then I want to also offer carpets for the car. I want to have somebody who works on carpet inside the car, some carpet.
Carpet or car, fix the car, mechanic?
No, carpet, like the ceiling for the car.
Please, everything's inside.
Yeah, I want to work inside the car. No, that's work for now. And also decoration for cars. Some people they buy Hondas and Toyotas and they want to see the car with red seat, fancy stuff like Ferrari and stuff like that. You
Like
can do that.
rims,
Like custom.
lights, custom?
Yeah, custom.
Okay, so you have a lot of work cut out here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, just saying. Yeah, so I would suggest, this is a big overview, okay? You need to narrow it down and start smaller. Because if you overwhelm yourself with everything, then you'll never get it done,
Yeah,
yeah?
that's what I'm working on 6 right now. Like I don't want to be.
What are
over.
you have 6 things, you said?
Like the seat covers. That's all.
Oh, seat
I
covers.
only distributed that.
Because you could just hit seat covers and not anything else. But I mean, eventually you'll do interiors of everything else. So, so seat covers. So you need to, there's different things you can do with this. You have the different material like the leather, right? And then you have, the material or fabric, sorry, right? And there's different leather, there's different fabrics, different grades of it,
Yeah, I know.
okay? So this right here in itself is a lot of work out of this whole thing, okay? So I would try, I know a guy at Bennett Auto. It's right there.
Out of part.
Bennett Auto. Bennett Auto, I think. And, you can always check them out with stuff. Right? There's one more missing, Gadbois. Okay, so these companies are the ones that are gonna be similar to what you, because they offer seat covers, right? And so you might wanna, if you don't know what the different grades are for those, you might wanna check out some dealerships. What type of seat cars are you gonna do? That's another thing. Are they gonna be Maseratis, are they gonna be Ferraris? Are they gonna be Lincolns, are they gonna be Ford, are they gonna be Chevy?
The business is already running.
Huh?
The business is already running.
Okay.
So we're working with Toyota, like Toyotas, Hyundai, and other custom cars. But our main brand right now is we're working with Toyota.
Toyota. Okay. So, what are you trying to do with this? What are you trying to do? Like, I know do you have seat covers cars that you're already doing with the Toyota? Okay, so what are you trying to do beyond that? You trying to get more customers?
Yeah, we're trying to like
More,
get all
like
the
customers that drive Toyota to come to you, or Toyota dealerships?
I wanted to like for now I only want the Toyota dealership, so they gave me the clients, and then I only deliver to the stores,
To
and
the
they
dealership.
they do the distribution.
So do you have a list of all the Toyota dealerships in South Florida?
Yes, I do.
And who does the selling? Who goes to them?
Actually, I was going by myself. But
Yeah.
right now, I've been pretty busy going to school
Yeah.
and all the things. I haven't got a chance to be fully on that, so I'm waiting for a break, so I
Okay.
can go visit them because I want
Well,
to.
I would figure out where their social tools are. I would look at their Instagram. Sorry, I'm writing upside down. Instagram, and I would look at their Facebook stuff. And I would look at their Pinterest stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
5 minutes, Sharon.
Sorry, yeah. So, Instagram, Pinterest, and, what was the other one I said? Facebook. Facebook. Okay, so Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. You can even look at their YouTube to see what they're doing. So that's video stuff, okay? So I would look at there and see what they're doing. But now also on Instagram, you can search for stuff. Like, I don't want to get you too overwhelmed because you guys are still new. So when we get to an advanced class, we can talk about how do you find clients on Instagram? How do you find clients on Twitter? How do you find clients on Facebook? That's more advanced. This to kind of give you an overview of social media on like what to do. Because if you don't know who your competitors are, there's no way you know which tools to be on. So you find out who your competitors are, then you'll know which tools you need to be on as a whole. But then you aren't going to have the time to handle all of the tools that your competitors are on because they're large and you're down here. But to use your competitors, your large competitors, as a guide as to where you should go, what you should do on social, okay, or anywhere in marketing, because they already have the customers. So if you can tap into them, that's good. If you build a relationship with somebody at Toyota, that's awesome.
If you have a relationship with somebody's hiring manager, so
Right.
you can give me the stuff.
So then when you're at that particular dealership, you have the manager, but then say, hey, who's your GM here? Ask who the GM is. I was introduced to Sam at Audi. He's the GM, he has my number, and I have his number. So it's good to say when you're at you have the manager, is he the GM or is he just the manager? Like a dealership manager, service advisor manager?
He's the manager of customer service.
Okay, so say, hey, who's the GM here? Or find out who the GM is by looking it up. GM, Toyota, whatever dealership you're at. And they'll give you a name. Say, hey, is this person still the GM here? Yeah, he is. I say, is he around? Can I meet him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then when you get to know the GM, you're going to start building your relationship with him. Like, you're going to go see the customer service manager all the time, but you're going to say, hey, Joe, it's nice to see you today. That's all you're going to say. Hey, it's nice to see you. You're going to build that relationship. Once you get to know him, the other dealerships will come into play for you. Promise. Okay? Real quick, any other questions? Social media stuff? Social media questions? Do you have any social media questions? Or you're all set? Social? You? Well, I don't know, I guess you're all set.
Can you post your email for them as well?
Yeah. I know, it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love
And
it.
this is just the beginning, guys.
You know, it's a lot. It took me, I'm about 10 years into this, and I'm still learning. You guys can always take a picture. You can always take a picture of it, and then you can just tag me. Okay, I use,
Your personal email? I mean, not your personal, your business email.
yeah. You're funny. My hashtag. And then my email. Okay. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
I want to share something with you. Are you
Yes.
familiar with Unilatina already?